Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's SpoonyPizzas here with a live training demonstration. So what this is all about is I'll be playing the game on Superstar and explaining all the things I'm looking for, and I'll be pausing the game in different parts and just talking you through what I'm looking for out of my what I'm looking for on the actual pitch as I'm playing. So similar to what I did before, except this is obviously a live stream.
Well, we have the most perfect day for you. A warm hello in every sense of the word.
Hey, dude. Welcome to the stream, buddy.
A special place.
So I thought I'd just do the Atletico Madrid against Barcelona. So I am using the formation that I chose and put together earlier. Or in the premiere that was earlier today. If you've not seen it, check it out. You got Barcelona with a high press. And what I'm doing here is just trying to draw them out a little bit. Get a feel for their pressing. So then it's a case of... So what I did here, let's break this down. So over this side, you can see there Griezmann's marked. There's no one really on. I'm a bit worried about making the pass too soon, so I'm drawing Coutinho in here. So you've got Coutinho just closing in the ball now. And as soon as he gets really close, I'm able to release the pass, knowing that he is out of the game. He's not going to be able to intercept that. I'm a bit worried about about Suarez getting this, so I do actually apply a little bit of super cancel here. So holding my right bumper, right trigger, just to make sure Partey gets the ball first. Pretty lucky. Once I've done that, I know that the Barcelona team has shifted their weight all to the right hand side of the pitch. So now I've got to switch it to the left hand side, and that's going to free up my left back here. Now we've got Diego Costa. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to look at Diego Costa's position. I'm going to be watching Griezmann's position as I break forward in this scenario. And what I'm watching for is just a little bit of movement, but at the minute they're pretty well marked. So I don't just hoof the ball in and just turn over possession for the sake of it. So I will switch. There's nothing on the other side. There's nothing on the right hand side there. So what I'm doing is I was looking at the mini map when I was in this position here. What you can't see is the whole pitch, but this player here, I wanted him to be a bit further forward, but it was literally the other midfielder just tucked in into the box, so wasn't a lot on. I'm going to put it back to Koke. Fake shot. No, nothing on. Players closing down quite well there. Most effective skill. Low cross. And a shot. So what I'm doing is working the opposition. You can see I pulled PK out of defence there. Let me just go back into the replay angle here. So what I'm going to show you is, so you can see here PK has come out of defence. And that's really good for me because I know that he's one of the best, or he's got one of the highest defensive power stats in their defence. So when I'm in this position, I know I've got a chance that one of their centre backs is out of position now. So using the most effective skill here to beat Semedo. Driving in, PK is nowhere near to be seen. And with Diego Costa's high attacking prowess, he's got the better of, I think that's Jordi Alba, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong. But then it's just a bit unfortunate to finish. He shot with his weaker foot and put it wide. Hey Dave, welcome guys. Glad to see you. You tried out this formation. It's pretty cool. Hey Nikos, welcome buddy. Yeah, it is pretty a late one. Hey Daddy, hey Tyler, welcome everyone. So if there's anything, I'm gonna be trying to show you both the aspects of defending and attacking, which is why I chose to play against Barcelona. I thought And I'll try and explain what I'm doing here.
They are working very hard to get it wide now, Jim. Well, I think they've decided to concentrate on working the flanks to help the production line. It's
Whew! Right. Man. So in this position, when he's here, I've actually got number 23 selected. So you can see number 23 just at the bottom of the screen with his number facing you. So what I'm doing there is tracking the run of Coutinho. He plays a smart ball there because it drags. What I don't want to do with 23 is fall too deep. So you can see number 23 and you can see my centre back. I believe that's Daniel Godin, I believe. Could be Hernandez. But he's on the he's just on the D of the penalty box. So what I don't want to do is drop deeper than he is because I want to try and play the offside. So if Coutinho keeps running, he's going to be offside. But they play it nicely here by passing into Rakitic, which I didn't see coming. It's a really smart pass, to be fair. No one's near him. This is where the alarm bells started ringing. So I bring a defender across, but this time he does get it wide. This is what I don't... You don't really want to give him that much space, because as soon as he can turn, he can go inside me, he can go outside. So he's cut inside. Now I'm in real trouble. I got pulled apart there too easily for my liking. Both the defenders stepped out. So here, I'm really panicking now because I thought, oh no, this is a certain goal. Suarez is going to get the ball here. But I managed to super cancel using that defender and getting there just before Messi. Just anything to get a touch on that ball. If that goes to Suarez, then I'm toast. On here, for example, so when I was a bit unfortunate here. I wanted this pass to be this is a through ball. I wanted to be a little bit wider. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. But when they pass the ball into Messi here, you want to get tight to your players that are good dribblers. You don't want to let them turn too easily. And always go into the path of the ball because there is a chance they could leave it. So if he picks it up, I'm tight enough to deal with him. But if he lets it run, I'm also going to take it away. There's no way he's going past me. Again, that was super cancel. Holding super cancel down to track the path of the player. Or path of the ball, sorry. Rather than... you know, holding X or anything, because you'll be pulling your... There we go. That's nice. So PK is preoccupied with Luis here. I was going to cross it, but Diego Costa was blocking the path of the cross. What's your through ball? Basic? Yes, it is. Yeah. Yeah, it's set to through ball basic. So I'm just switching the play here again. It's so important to keep moving the ball. You know, even if you have to go backwards sometimes.
Out to the left it goes.
I have to be careful there because the Barcelona team decided to push up a little bit. Which made it difficult for me to time that pass forward because I don't want to be caught offside. This is a classic move that you can use to really give yourself time and space on the ball in the wide areas. So again, if you notice, I'm always switching the play. Whichever side I start on, I always end up building the other side. Now, however I do that, whether I go back to defence, or I've got the space and time in midfield to do it, but it's never a blind pass. You know, I'm not from this angle. I can't pass out to my left wing. I have to go sort of backwards before I can go forwards because that makes the pass easier for my player. then holding the right trigger, I'm using special controls just to drag the ball away. And what this does is just drag Semedo in, because I can see that I've got plenty of space on that left-hand side. He's not anywhere close to being offside with Louis. So I'm trying to give him as much time as I possibly can before releasing him. And you can see there, because I've taken their fullback position out of the play, centre-back's going to have to come across. So that is PK coming across. And now I'm going to probably do an early cross from this position.
He's left his back. Timely intervention. Forward it goes. And it's Luis Suarez. Good idea, just poorly executed. Okay. Coutinho.
So be careful here.
Good ball. Rakitic.
Brilliant.
Chance to break. Partey takes control of it and he's on the move. Griezmann.
Oh, unlucky with Griezmann.
Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
Do you hold... no, I don't. Very rarely.
Which pretty much dictated it.
How do you tell your player to leave the ball? Okay, I will show you both. There's two ways to do that. And I'll explain both.
Jordi Alba. Philippe Coutinho. Jordi Alba.
Okay, so there was just pure super cancel to get across. But a pretty wasteful pass, to be honest.
Luis Suarez.
Okay, so there's this one here. Right, that's not probably the best example. Let me just try and shift the ball over here a minute.
MON-FRI.
There's this one here where you can let the ball run through your player's legs. Like that. So that, let me explain. So you press the pass button and you release all your controls and just hold the sprint button, and that will let your player run through the ball. That was one example. This is probably a better example here. So pass the ball, release everything else, just hold the sprint. And I recommend like having a little bit, if you are going to try and do this, make sure it's at an angle rather than a straight pass. So that's one example. So that's releasing it so they can run onto it. And then we have this here. Whoops. Oh dear. Okay, so that not the brightest idea, but hey, it's only training, so it's not like my league titles on the thing. So in this example where you leave it for another player, you just hold the sprint and player select at the same time to let the ball go through to your player. What's the other questions here? Let's just have a look. Use the tactics you showed us in Atletico's video. Yes, I am. Yes, I am, Nikos. Yeah. To be fair, this Barcelona team's put up a pretty good fight. It's a lot harder than than I anticipated, but it's really good because it's good that they're attacking and posing a threat. So it gives me some examples to show you. Okay, I'm looking at Griezmann right now. And now I'm going to look for Diego Costa. Okay. I'm going to try and do this. Oh, I got the wrong angle. But let's go back. So, like I said, from here I was looking at Griezmann. When you watch his run, I know I can play him in. He's got plenty of space. Got unlucky there with the cut back, so that's just a double tap. Well, hold player select, double tap the lob pass button, and then aim using the left stick. This is a pretty neat trick as well, to be fair. Again, it's an early cross, You have to hold early cross if you're outside the, if you're just past this little line here. So if I'm here and I do an early cross, that's fine. If I do just a low cross, like double tap the X, it just won't work. So you have to hold that player select button. And what you try to do is drill it into your striker. Unfortunately, it missed both of them. I was actually aiming for Diego Costa, to be fair. I wasn't aiming for Griezmann. It's a little bit more towards the penalty spot. Because I know he's got the strength to hold off some of the Barcelona defenders. But yeah, when I defend, I'm always using Super Cancel pretty much. I'll tell you when I press X. But when defending, what you want to do is try and set traps for the AI. It's a little bit harder against, you know, really good teams like Barcelona. But if I it's unlucky. Cool, that's tight. That's really, really tight. Yeah, if I can give you an example of like setting a trap for the AI, and you sort of force them to play the ball where you want them to play it. It is harder against the stronger teams because there's so many options for them up front. And when you're defending against a harder team like Barcelona, they've got so many more options on. Whereas if I was playing against a weaker side, you can set traps to win the ball back quicker. Maybe I'll play a weaker side next time and try and show you.
Another corner. Any better luck this time round?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I will tell you what I'll do regarding the player run using the L1 and pass is what I pretty much always do, but you don't want to do it too often. You don't want to empty your midfield. Oof. Whenever crosses come in, just make sure you're hitting the shoot button to clear. Don't try and press the pass button in those scenarios because you're gonna, you know, it's gonna end painfully. Just deal with it first. Don't try to like pass out to a teammate. Just defend it first and then. Just trying to release Louise, the same as I was trying to do earlier. That's a pretty terrible pass. So what's that?
To break, but it's also causing an extra defensive presence to prevent that.
Okay, a little bit of super cancel there. I mean, I've showed this a million times, I think, over. But what you can do in these positions, if you think the goalkeeper is going to kick it long here, you can take a chance and you can play the offside trap. So in my case, it depends which way you're facing, but double tap right on the D-pad here will move the defense up, and this will make it easier for you to actually win these sort of battles when the goalkeeper plays it long. I didn't do it in this example, but I will show you what I'm talking about in a bit. But all this is about is off screen. I've got the player selected, and I'm just positioning him using super cancel in front of Suarez, and that gives me possession of the ball really, really easily. It's only when you face bigger, more powerful strikers. Okay, most effective skill, most effective. I was going to do it again, but didn't need to because the defender sort of slowed up a little bit. Always use your radar as well, your mini map. Don't ever play a blind pass. Oh, just try to chip it over Ter Stegen. there's two types of chips in this game you can use. There's the player select and shoot chip, and that's one I don't really use anymore. 'Cause it's very rare to have that. That's a more. Oh my gosh, good clearance by PK. Yeah, sorry. There's two types of chips. There's one with the player select and the shoot button, which is a lot faster, and the other one is a sort of slower but more lofted chip, which is the player select, special controls, and the shoot button all at the same time. And that's the one I tend to use all the time because it's much more effective. The keepers don't come out enough to warrant using the quicker lower lofted chip, to be honest. There we go, plenty of room over here. Now I'm watching Griezmann, but I'm looking at the mini map and at the far post, and there we go, nice little chip. So that's why you want to look at the mini map. Couldn't see him on the screen as such, but on the mini map, when you watch to here now from this angle, he's in absolute acres. So, and then that was just that was the chip I was talking about. It's slower, and it's got more trajectory to it, so you can get it up and over the goalkeeper quicker, or more easy. And even if you're like really, really close to the goalkeeper. If I just did the player selecting chip, player selecting shoot chip, it probably would have went over the bar.
Look, you can't deny that it's a blow, but this game is far.
Yeah, I don't see why it wouldn't work for Chelsea. I think this formation could work for a lot of teams, to be honest. Hey, Denzi, welcome, dude. So if you got any questions, just ask away, and I'll try and. Okay, so I'm just using Super Cancel to cut out the passings. Okay, in this example, so I was using Super Cancel. First things first, I was worried about them playing it to the wings. I don't like them playing to the wings. I'd rather them play it through and let Suarez try to beat two really, really good centre backs. But this position when it's on his right foot, I'm a little bit worried. So I'm using Super Cancel here. I tap X once just to trip him. That is a foul, I'm pretty sure. Although the referee doesn't say anything. And then I tap X again whilst holding Super Cancel. So just running in, trying to assume his path, and tap X again, and then I give away the free kick. With free kicks, the AI is not the best at these, to be honest. Watch him put it in the top corner now. Wow. It's even better than I thought. Okay. This is really good. I like this. This is some good defending. So I don't know why my defense fell back really, really deep here. I'm not sure what. Right, okay. Because Suarez triggered a run, he's pushed my defense so far back into my box. God knows why my defenders are dropping off so deep. But I was in real trouble here. He takes a touch, and that gives me a time, because I thought, well, there's only one thing he's going to do here. He's not going to take another touch. So I'm coming in here with Super Cancel. You can see I'm not running completely towards the ball. Can you see that? I'm running sort of downwards. And then as soon as he's about to strike it, I just double tap the X. That makes my body bigger. If I can get... you can see here. This is what you can see at the goal. And as soon as I double tap X, just more or less gives him nothing to aim at. So, got very, very lucky. It's all about getting your angles right. Hey Joe, I did. But I don't ever use it. I use super cancel up until I get close to the player, and then I tap X to tackle. I'll try and show you. Again. The thing with Barcelona is they move the ball so quick that you're more or less playing a very sort of passive defending. Through ball, early cross, super cancel, and wide. Give you an idea of the type of pass I'm making here. To get down the wing. How do you do that most effective skill? Okay, that's pretty simple to do. I have got a tutorial on it, but I will show you as well. Okay. Now this is where I was using X a little bit. So the first thing I do here is move in behind Coutinho to stop him laying the ball off. I want him to go sort of solo because I figured I'd be able to catch him, but he actually surprised me with his pace. But I was pretty happy with that. I thought I was going to stop that cross there, but didn't. Now it's just about getting close to Suarez. Again, you can see I'm using super cancel there just to position my player. Just cutting off the angle to the goal first. Then I can see he wants to turn. At this point I'm holding X to stay tight. And that blocks that initial cross. Hey, Zakaria. Welcome, dude. So press shoot to clear, and then super cancel, and then look at mini map, find Costa. Now I've played the through ball, sorry, the pass with the player select, just to set these. Just to set these runners on. Just gonna. Oh, just try to pick out the person. They didn't make very good runs in the penalty area there, to be honest. I mean, half my players are dead. Oh. You can, but the positioning is really key for me. That's why I use super cancel first, because if I just hold X, he would have probably, Suarez could have probably turned him because of the way he would have gone into Suarez at that point. Are you holding super cancel combo all the time when you are defending, or do you just press it once and then continue to run the regular way? Yeah, so when I'm defending, I'm holding super cancel the whole time. Do you want me to do another rematch between those teams? I mean, it's pretty. They give me a pretty tough game, to be honest. I mean, I can do it again, or I can play against a weaker team to show you how I set traps to win the ball back quicker. Let's bring in Hernandez. Give Jimenez the rest. I mean, I'm easy. Play at night. Okay. I don't know if I can from here. No, I can't. Sorry, dude. Is it too bright on your screen? I mean, I know the Barcelona pitch can be a little bit bright on some screens. Well, you can use X. I mean, it's hard to get used to super cancel, I'm not going to lie. Because obviously you've got full control of your player. And, okay, so most effective skill, right there. It's
when you throw in his fiery
let's
character,
go back
superb
because I know someone was asking about the most effective skill. I have got a tutorial on this.
easiest way to make a difference is to score,
So here, all I'm doing is once I've turned, I'm releasing all my controls, so you can see he's sort of slowed down a little bit. And then I'm flicking my my left analog stick half a flick, I would say 90 degrees to the way he's facing to his right. See that there? And then I'm using the left analog stick then to do a full lock in the direction I wish to go, which is obviously cut on the inside of the player. So it's he's more or less flicking. If the left stick is a compass, let's think of the left stick as a compass. This would be south, east, south. Okay, that's the way I flick. That's a half a flick. So it's not even a. It's not a full flick. It's just half a flick, and then you go using a full flick of the left stick to cut inside. Well, just hold it. Just hold it in this direction to move the ball. It is stupidly effective in this game. I'm hoping they tone it down a bit because it can be. Okay, so I'm just waiting for support before releasing the ball. This where you're using special controls like this to drag the ball is, I wouldn't always hold it down like I was there, but where you drag people in and then you apply the sprint to knock it past them is really effective as well. So I'll give you an example. If I go down the wing here, so drag in and then shift it. He read it because I was doing it earlier. They do read your play, so don't keep doing the same things over and over again because they'll catch on. That is some marvellous control, Lamar. Yeah, the most effective skill is super easy to do once you've as soon as you do it once, you'll be like, oh god, that's really easy to do. And then you'll realise how effective it is. It's really not that difficult to perform. You can also use it to drag defenders in. There we go. Most effective skill. About 60 to 70% power there. But that most effective skill is ridiculously overpowered. There you go. In this example, this is a little bit trickier to do. So this is the most effective skill, but so I flick the left analog stick directly up, almost, just half a flick. But as I push this way, I'm actually double tapping the sprint and cutting inside. That's why he lifts that ball. So if I can see it a bit closer here. That's why you see him lift the ball up there. He's lifted that off the ground. That's because I've applied double tap sprint. That's just to give me A, closer to goal, and give that defender no chance to get in a block. Yeah, you can apply sprint to it, and you can do that with a lot of tricks, which is really, really cool. It's actually in my dribbling tutorial part 2. Links should be in the description, but if not, you can just literally it should be in my playlists on my channel in the most obvious categories. Okay, so I'm just going to be careful here. So using Super Council, nah, nothing doing there. Notice that from the last game, Barcelona are pretty much playing with the same patterns. They're trying to attack down the wings. This time it was. This time I used a step over You can use step over or the most effective skill. I always find the most effective skills a little bit better. You get away from get away from the opponent better. But here I was just doing the step over. So the step over is really easy to do. You literally just in this example just push up on the right stick and then use the left stick to determine which way you want to move the ball. So I'm just gonna shift it inside Sumido. But you can see he just gets his body back and wins the ball back quite easily. Yeah, let me just show you another example. If I can get Griezmann on the ball.
He just will not be beaten. He's left his man.
Ah. Okay, so for this tackle, if I see, so here I just literally just charge into him like a bull in a china shop. He gets away from me. Again, he got away from me again. So both times, it was just super cancel and then tap X. There you can see me tap X, but he's Messi, so he's really really hard to shift off the ball. So again, I'm bringing this player using super cancel, and then, but this time, I'm holding X because I'm happy with his position, and that allows me just to win the ball back. So it does depend on the scenario. If I'm happy with the position of my player, then I feel like I can hold X. If I'm not happy, it's super cancel. Oh no, good save. Got lucky there. Turned me well. Just, I don't know what number 6 is doing. Just sort of hit the back of him. As soon as you try to win the ball, then closing down and wait for the right time to intercept, don't you? So what I'm doing, it depends on the opponent that I'm playing. Barcelona, I'm a little bit more wary of their attack because they've got so many more options. But if they've only got a few options up front, then I'm happy to press and try and win the ball back. Okay, I'm going to try and switch this. And again. Oh, not quick enough. So with Barcelona, it's a little bit more tricky. I'll show you a few. I would say these corners are nice to do. They're like a nicety, but they don't ever. You don't ever score off these. I've tried this so many times. Like you bring your player over here by holding player select and the right analog stick. Flick the right analog stick and you can select the player. Then you go back to your kicker and then you can pass it out here and get a shot on. But the keeper usually saves them or they're usually blocked. But, you know, if you want to impress your friends, that's something you can do. NAC Breda? Sure thing, dude. So it's really important to keep a shape to your team. Oh, no. Did well with the first block from Rakitic. But they managed to find Messi. Let's go back to this. This is good. So just again, you know, I know Rakitic is strong on his right foot. So it's just see if I hold X in this position. So I can get back to this. If I hold X here, he would literally just go running into the back of Rakitic. He would turn, and that shot would probably go on target, and then Messi might be able to get a rebound or anything like that. That's why I don't tend to hold X all the time. It's block the shots on goal. in the penalty area as best you can. Just try and position your player as best as you can. You know, you're not going to block everything. There, just try to clear it. There, I got really unlucky as well. Jordi Alba got across. Now the line bells are ringing. You can see that once Rakitic does that back heel, I'm like, okay, I need to get across now. Now, I'm not going towards Messi. I'm not going towards him. I'm not holding X. I'm using super cancel just to try and block the shot. Literally just try and get in his way, and I think it goes through my legs. You know, it's just one of those things. I should have perhaps maybe tapped double X in that position. Okay, so looking at if you get a chance to double up on the wings, you can absolutely it makes it very, very easy to go down the wings in that position. Just do simple 1-2s, nothing too flashy. So I'm going to go and block Rakitic here. There we go. To win the ball back. So I'm not. So I've got Griezmann here, just blocking the path to the wide area. See, I don't mind Barcelona if they. Now I'm bringing Costa across to stop any sort of passes to the middle. See, I'm sitting between those two sort of central midfielders with Costa. But then as soon as he switches it, I'm getting Lamar. I've got Lamar now. And I'm sprinting across to try and block the pass to Rakitic. I mean, he might go to Messi. But I'm hoping Lamar could probably intercept either pass. Because at this point here, I'm happy with Costa's position. He's close enough to Busquets. And Lamar can just come across and win the ball. And I know when I watch so many players playing, everyone seems to go forward all the time. Don't be afraid to go backwards. Sometimes going backwards, you pull the you're pulling your opposition apart. Sometimes you need to go backwards to go forwards almost. Again, doubling up on the wings. Nothing special. Honestly, this is like really simple stuff. But it's so effective. So I played it wide. Your right back and your right midfielder is so key to overlapping. Especially with Barcelona, who are playing a 4-3-3. Because, yeah, Rakitic is pointing there. That's all very well. If you're not going to if he's not tracking him, you've almost got an overload there on that right hand side. So poor old Jordi Alba here has got to deal with two players, and you just can't. That's one of the weaknesses with the 4-3-3 formation, and the advantage of 4-4-2. Try to do first touch tackling there. Oh no. Let's get this ball back before we that was really good as well. That's another thing you can do. You can shield the ball. Just going to read the comments here. The equalising goal, what or where's the mistake? Yeah, I should have double tapped the X button. I mean, he was in a good position. He sort of stretched out his leg anyway to block that pass. They like Coutinho, that's for sure. I'm happy with that. Okay, I'm going to switch to play now. That's a through ball. Should just about get to that. Most effective skill. Applied with double tap of a sprint. Oh! Just over Costa's head. Those diagonal crosses are really, really effective in PES 2019. Really effective. If you get the right power, the defense almost step out. I mean, PK's got mad defensive prowess. Ah. So the ball around the corner is just a natural through ball. This is applied with the most effective skill. Cuts inside. Then this touch here is really important because what I'm trying to do is sell Jordi Alba, I believe that is, the fake shot. Because I've got him lined up now. I can do the fake shot because of the way he's facing. So this touch here is really important. So go inside first, fake shot, and then come back on the outside. And that opens up the finesse shot to the far corner, but Ter Stegen's too good for that shot.
Sergio Busquets, Rakitic, and it's Messi. Nelson Semedo. Sergio Busquets. Cut out in the nick of time.
Whoa, not good. Just clear it. Griezmann's through. If you can just... Oh, look at... That's nice. Oh!
Another example of how comfortable this team is on the break.
Through ball to...
They've been instructed by the boss to stay in attack. Just looking to break on. The key now is just to get the ball to them as soon as
Right.
possible.
There's a little trick here that you can... that I found out in PES... I think it's PES 17, to be honest. Maybe even earlier. It's just the way the game mechanics work. So I played a through ball here. I was using super counts with Diego Costa. Realised I wasn't going to get the ball. But then what I do is if you press shoot here, it will force the AI to kick the ball out for a throw. Doesn't always. Sometimes they will go back to their goalkeeper in 2019, but they still do have the tendency to just kick it out. If you just tap shoot on your controller. Let's see if I can do my my throw. Let's see if I can do this. Oh my god! How do you do that to Costa? No point showing if it doesn't work. Doesn't always work. It's what the hell was that? Hey Niraj, welcome dude. Oh. Yeah, that's one of the things I want to show you actually. Wow, what is Vitolo doing? Oh no, MON-FRI.
Plays it forward. Out wide to the right. It's got through to him.
Again, that's pure super cancel. Just getting in the way of the path of
Dashing
Nice.
Felipe Luis is
Very
desperate
nice.
going forward out wide.
It's the far. Ah, that was a pretty poor cross, to be honest. Oh, sorry, dude. Don't worry though, but we've got some BAM tactics. Well, two videos coming up. Try a manual shot there. Yeah, we've got 2 videos coming up with Bayern Munich tactics. One where I test the ultimate formation. In that instance, when I got to Suarez, it was just holding the X button once I got close enough.
Felipe Luis tries to get it forward quickly. He's got the ball glued to his feet.
That's the skill I wanted to show you. We got absolutely mauled. So, when you're in this position, if you go back this way and do a Marseille turn, unfortunately he did the slow Marseille turn. What you can do is when he's doing this motion here, you double tap the sprint after he's finished. And you can see that he just lifted the ball up. But it's not a foul anymore because since Data Pack 5 came along. Whereas before, with Data Pack 5, you'd find that if you tackle the ball but then hit the player, it would have been a foul. But now with Data Pack 5, that's not the case. If you touch the ball, it's not a foul anymore. Which is good because it lets the game flow a little bit more.
So a big chance now from 12 yards.
Hey, Liam Live Gamer, welcome, dude. Hey, Dridge, welcome, buddy.
The keepers these days have done their homework.
Penalties, aim about here. Okay, just keep it. And then you want about 90% power. Like so. Typical. Perhaps because I took too long. That's a good save, to be fair. In PES 2018, that was always a goal. And I always find like the left side is the strongest side usually.
Concentration levels are very good,
But
and so is the commitment.
yeah, not on that occasion.
Yield a winner. Going through. Luis Suarez. Now it's Messi. Looking to shoot.
Just held X. It's hard to determine.
Maybe the last
Ah,
chance.
brilliant play.
Barcelona showing
Let's stop this one.
intensity at
This
stage,
is
putting on all their resources now.
So there, it was just literally. I was happy with his position. So it's just a case of holding sprint and X just to try and close that shot down. Then here, now notice how I'm running with number 6. I'm not running towards the ball because I know this is Jordi Alba. I know his stronger foot is his left foot. So I've put the player in the path of his crossing position, which stops him crossing the ball straight away. If I run straight out to the ball here, he would just either probably cross the ball in. So what I've done is position number 6 so he can't get that cross in. Then at this position, I'm holding my right trigger. So my special control is to jockey. So I've faced him up. And he's decided to try and come inside me. And then all I'm going to do here is just tap the X. That makes him stumble, so that gives me more time on the ball. And allows me to get away. Let's see if I can do that skill again this side. So no, he didn't buy it.
Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. Looks to clip it forward. Jordi Alba.
Okay. Hey, Bilal Boateng. Yep, this is training, dude.
At the final reckoning, it's honours even and no complaints. Well, that's the lot for now. Thanks for YouTube and goodbye.
Okay, what I'm going to do now is see if I can play a weaker team because I want to show you about setting traps to win the ball back easier. Let's say, I don't know, someone who's really pants. I guess Huska, for example. So let's just do the same tactics. Happy with that. Let's see. Let's play at night time, as someone wants me to play at night. Let's do a random stadium. Okay, I want to see if I can show you this because this is really cool. Basically, what you're trying to do is dictate to the AI where you want them to pass the ball, and that's what I'm going to hopefully show you now. When you're playing against Barcelona, you know they've got so many attacking options. So just defend how I was defending there. So it's a little bit passive, I guess. Yeah, this is better because they're all gonna sit in their box. I'm hoping not to be too defensive. They are at the minute, so we need to. We perhaps need to score before they'll come out to play. So let's get a goal, and then we'll go from there. Got lucky with the deflection there. Fell nicely to Koki. Okay, so let's see if we can get these. This is what I'm talking about a trap. This is really cool. Admittedly, they got a free kick from it, but so here you can see I've got Griezmann and covering the player that he possibly wants to pass to. Now, once I'm happy with Griezmann's position, I'm switching to Diego Costa with using the right analog stick. So flick the right analog stick directly up to select Diego Costa. Now, what you're noticing with Diego Costa here is that I'm actually closing the ball down, but then I stop. So what I'm doing is I'm sort of letting their player go free. And the reason for that is because I know that if I do just tease him, it's almost like you're teasing the AI to play that pass. So you can see that I've moved right out, but you can see me moving back because I'm just teasing him to play that ball, and he's done it. So you watch Diego Costa here. So I've got him. I'm chasing the ball down. So where just make this little bit of movement here is to stop him playing a low pass. Then I'm going to close him down now because the low pass is no longer on. I'm in the path of that low pass. But now you can go back to a high pass, and that's why I've run back to try and win it. So like I say, it's about sort of forcing the AI to play the way, or play a ball that you want them to play. Hey! Hey, Brendan. Welcome, buddy. Hey, Andrew Collecjuna. Welcome, guys. What did you miss? I mean, I'm just covering all sorts of various aspects. You know, if anyone's got any questions about tactics, for example, or anything in particular, I've covered off various skills, how to let the ball run through players' legs, like this, for example.
There has been just the early goal here, and the score is 1-0.
I kind of want them to have the ball now because
And it's hoisted clear.
I think he's offside. Yeah.
And it's not offside.
So what I'm doing now is just teaching you how to lay traps for the AI to help you win the ball back a little bit easier.
Well, they would seem to be trying to expose the centre of that defence to runners. Makes for some terrific movement. It does, and they may be hit on the break because obviously it requires numbers forward to stretch them out.
Oh, hello.
Nicely worked. Well, that was textbook stuff on the little tuner. Great link up there. Difficult to do.
But when I'm defending, watch my player select. That's something I can't show you in the replays, unfortunately. I wish I could. And this is what I was talking about with the special control skill and the sprint. This is so useful, especially when you're wide and isolated against one with the player. You literally hold your special controls down. Just take 1 or 2 touches of the ball, depending on how far away the defender is. Just draw him in. Just make sure he's not in the line of the path where you want to move the ball, and then just apply sprint. And that really does. Look at his full speed. That really is a really nice way to get past the defender. Okay, let's just try show you something here. Ah, that was the low cross which I showed you earlier, which I tried to do earlier. So, player select, and then your lob pass button. Okay, when I'm defending, watch my cursor change. Okay, first, I'm watching the wing. I know they want to progress down this wing for some reason. They seem a bit obsessed. And that allows me to win the ball back pretty easily.
Okay, into opposition territory. Now it's Griezmann. Griezmann unable to make it happen for all his good intentions.
Okay, again, watch the player select. That was right, using right stick to defend. Or player select. And they gave me that one. I didn't actually do anything there. But it's all about keeping your shape. Especially if you're playing a conservative defending like this. Just gotta go for long shots. So I want them to have the ball. Ah, thanks, Tim. Hey, Andreas Guerrero. Yeah, sure. Just upload it to YouTube. I mean, if everyone starts doing that, I'm gonna be inundated. But I think what's important is don't be afraid to like take your time and pass it around at the back and build slowly. If it's not work, you know, if you're playing through the middle, look, these guys have got a real strong middle. So if I try and go through the middle, I'm gonna get swarmed and I lose the ball. With just looking at their formation, it's very very sort of central heavy. Ah, just tried the Ronaldo chop there. You read that? If you watch the amount of times I go backwards, if the ball's not on like here, there's nothing on, so just go backwards. Your players are still moving forward, so you're still building the attack in a way. You're giving yourself more time on the ball. So many players I watch, when I watch them, they just go forward all the time. But even if there's nothing on, I go backwards. Go backwards. I can go right all the way back over here if I want to. Just looking at the mini map, like it's just allows you to get players forward. And create. I think people sort of panic and worry about how much time they got and just try to spam the ball forward. Never play like long through balls unless it's on. It's very rare that you'll have a long through ball on all the time. I don't use the assisted player runs, so I'll show you what that is. So what I want you to do is, when I get the ball back. Oh, hello. Whoo. Like I said, when you're defending anything like this, just press the shoot button to clear. Once he gets this crossing, shoot. Just press the shoot button there, and just press the shoot button there. Just get rid of the ball. Don't try to pass it out, or everyone's like, oh, I want to keep, you want to keep possession of the ball. Just play it like you think what a real footballer would do in that position. It's just generally just kick it out. Them having a throw-in isn't the worst case scenario. Okay, so I'm just going to show you. Watch Griezmann's position. Okay, watch. I say watch Lamar, but he won the ball back too quickly. Let me get this ball back. Okay, now watch Lamar, number 11. See a little blue marker above his head? That means because I set him on an assisted player run. And I just took the shot. He's too... I don't usually use it too often because he's running so slow, because if they've got... I don't know, let's have a look at his stamina. I know it's not in the red. That's for sure. But watch number 11 here. Watch how slow he is. This is because it's... So he's not like busting a gut to... Here he is. So number 11. I've set him on a player run, and to do that, you just hold your left your player select button, and then you flick the right analog stick in the direction you wish to make a player run. Now you can see he's making a partial run. He's not like busting a gut like they used to. And all I'm doing here is shifting the ball until I'm in a position where I can play a through ball. Then at this point, I think Lamar goes off my screen, so I can't tell where he is, but I'm looking at the mini-map at this position. I can still tell he's onside, and I've played the through ball. And I've just gone for a shot. I mean, I could have took it out of control, but he looked really tired. But I'm sure his stamina is fine, so I'm going to look at his stamina. Yeah, it's like halfway. So he won't run forward all that effectively, and if you do it too many times, you'll kill the stamina on your player. So don't use that assisted player run too often, because you will kill the stamina on your player. Most effective skill. I'll bear that. I like possession, but the superstar gegenpress is really hard for me. Okay. I'll tell you what. I'll back out of this. Because I pretty much showed you what I mean by setting traps for your opponent. And I'll put Manchester United against Liverpool, because we know Liverpool play with the gegenpress. And being rivals, that adds a little bit more difficulty to the game. You can see it's on Superstar there. Just going to reload my Manchester United formation. David De Gea's off form, but that's all right. I can deal with that. Happy with Martial and Rashford. And let's play at Anfield during the day. Okay, so we know Liverpool are going to play with the gegenpress, and the pressing is going to be relentless. And I think what a lot of people do is there's two things you can do. You can increase your compactness. Sorry, your support range, so your players aren't so close together. Turn off tiki-taka if you're going to do that. I've actually got tiki-taka on. It's probably not going to help, but so yeah, you can see straight from the off that they're pressing quite a lot, and that's good. That's really good, in fact, because what you want to do is bring them back all the way back up this half of the pitch, because when you do that, you're going to open up the midfield. So go back. So you just see them all pressing. Yeah, come and get some.
Circumstances. This exhibition match is likely to exhibit the same old rivalry. To me, it also has the same feel to it, and I'm pretty sure we can look forward to what will be a combative, high-intensity affair. We can't really say anything negative about this, and if it is full on, then I'll be happy to watch that. Now that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick.
I just double tap Dex that. When you're in this position, hopefully the first person takes the free kick, and just make sure you press the button to jump at the right time. Just press it as soon as you. Oh, hello, cool. Wow, De Gea would have saved that normally, but he's a little bit off form. That was a bit weak, to be honest. That wasn't even the strongest foot either. So that's the way it goes sometimes. But yeah, with their press, even though I'm losing, oh gosh, Matic, sloth. What is going on with the passing back there? Try and draw him out. Okay.
Liverpool pushed both fullbacks into quite advanced positions here. That's interesting. So what are they attempting to do? Well, it's a bold attempt, in my opinion, to occupy the opposition in a way they're not expecting.
Take a touch and finish. So with all their pressing, it makes it so easy to lay the ball off to other players coming into play, like Luke Shaw there. If you saw the Barcelona game where I held the special controls to draw players in, you don't need to do it when players are pressing. You see there, because it affects every player on the pitch with the gegenpress. Every player goes towards the ball like mind-numbingly easy, and then it just opens up. And that first touch is really key to take that. What about default formation? Is it actually good enough? Hey, Punisher Lee, welcome, dude.
Just scored. You can easily lose focus and then bang, you're pegged back again.
I'm on basic. I would disagree with Punisher about it being advanced. Advanced can be abused, in my opinion. the way you can pull back on the stick and it will never go over the bar. So you've already eliminated one way of missing the goal. Especially if you've got someone with high kicking power. Let me just deal with this. Oh gosh. Wow. I was should have concentrated instead of reading the comments, but let's have a look. The default formation, is it actually good enough? You know, Liverpool using their default formation, I would say yeah, absolutely. I try to make formations to make it even easier for you and take away the pain of trying to find a good formation, but I would say find a formation that suits you and your players best. What are you trying to achieve? So here, this is all about counter-attacking with Man United and getting getting the likes of Lingard and Martial and Rashford in really advanced positions to try and break in behind their opposition defence. So you're relying a lot of through balls like this. Bit of super cancel there to collect that ball. Best team in PES, Juventus are a very, very good shout, to be fair. You know, you got Ronaldo. That was really nice. This is super cancel defined right here. Let's stop this play here. So this ball here isn't a pass, it isn't a through ball. This is actually an early cross. So I can see Rashford there on the edge of the penalty box inside the D. Has quite a lot of space. So all I'm doing is holding the player select, double tapping the lob pass button to drill that in really quickly. The next step, because this is really hard for the defender to pick up on, is I'm using super cancel. You can just about see it here. So if you watch Rashford's run, he's running towards the defender, but I change his path to run along the white line. See that? He's running towards the defender there, but I change it using super cancel to bring him across in front of the defender. And then as soon as I see the defender take a swipe at it, I'm like, right, I am in. So take one touch on the ball, take a second touch, take a third touch. And it's important to get that third touch in to turn. There is a chance he could win that ball there. And then it's just a case of the finesse finish to put it in the bottom corner. Ah, thank you, Andreas Guerrero. Thank you, buddy, for the donation, bud. Anything to help out, guys. Oh. Okay, over the top through ball. Super cancel. I really wanted to show you something there where you can... most effective skill.
Manchester seemed to have chosen a tougher route through the middle. That was easily read and dealt with.
Okay, here we go. So I'm looking at Jesse Lingard here. Oh, how did he not score? So again with the pressing. Look at them, the way they just keep coming out at me. And don't be afraid just to turn your back on them. Look at them all diving in like headless chickens here. Simples. Simples. Because they're just diving. Because they're look how much space Valencia's got. Just because their left back, I think it's James Milner, cuts in. This is the problem. This is why I don't play This is why I would never play Gegenpress online. Because it just pulls your players all over the place. Look at Milner. Instead of watching Valencia, who's the threat, he just comes in behind and watches Rashford here, and then it gives me a chance to lay the ball off. I support Manchester United. Yeah, good. That's a good tip actually, Punisher. Don't use sprint when playing against Gegenpress. Pretty good tip. Pretty good game this, to be fair. The only time you want to use sprint is when you're actually trying to win the ball back. Ah, I went for the manual. It's a really tight angle. If I don't feel like I've got much of a chance with a normal shot, I will apply the manual button to the shooting. Obviously, you know, you need a little bit of luck, a little bit of practice at it, but it can come in handy. Hey, Six. Welcome back, dude. Hey, Teletubby. Welcome, buddy. Okay, so one of the things you can do with the throne, you can hold the player select and select the player with using the right stick. So you can see here, got Pogba. And look how much space I've got with Pogba here. I'm able to take a touch and then even get a shot off. So that's always worth doing, especially against AI, because they don't pick you up on the edge of the box. They don't mark you or anything like that. I just kicked it out because Spoony was out of position. That's my centre back, so I don't want him. Again, he's out here again. Lingard's making a good run here, as is Rashford. Oh, I couldn't play it on, but. So when you are playing Gegenpress, it's pretty intensive. You just got to keep moving the ball really, really quickly and pulling their players all over the place, because you know they're going to come at you. So just keep moving the ball one touch if necessary. Look at Rashford here. Easy. Like, what I would say is keep your eyes open, because if you watch here, as soon as I play it wide here, watch Rashford. He just peels away from his marker. Like, it's not. Look at him. He's ahead of Fabinho there. I think that's Fabinho. Then I've stopped it just to see what's on. I've taken a touch, and the reason I take a touch is because this player here, where's he to? Oh, Pogba. Ah, that's their players. Let's go to my players. Number 11. Yeah, watch. So until I take the touch, he's not doing anything. He's just sort of stood there. But I take a touch, and that's to get him to move. Now he's moving. Now I can play the through ball. And he can take a touch and fire into the corner. How could you explain whilst playing and still winning, Spoony? I play a lot. It does make it more difficult to explain it while playing. I'm just glad De Gea decided to save him. Excuse me. Oh man. Getting Olays at Anfield here. This here is this is the next bit I'm going to show you is going to be really cool. I'm just going to kick the ball out of play in a minute, but as I play the long ball here with De Gea, I'm actually using super cancel. Watch Rashford peel off. See that movement? See stationary there. If I leave him there, Van Dijk, I think that's Van Dijk. Yes, it is just going to maul him. He would have mauled him. But what I'm doing is I just bring him a little bit closer to the ball to avoid the mauling by Van Dijk. And I get up early, I jump early, and I'm playing a through ball header here. That takes Van Dijk out of the game. Then I'm just going to run down the wing. What I'm then going to do is I'm just going to keep the ball out of play, to be fair. And there's a reason for this. I just want to show you something. So I know for those that struggle with super cancel, this can sometimes help make it a little bit easier.
This was the obvious substitution. He become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he's most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it. I think
You see that?
in this case.
And how did I make it easier? You're not going to see it here. But basically, you see my defense is quite high. That's because I played the offside trap. I'm playing the offside trap constantly. To do that, just double tap right or left on D-pad, depending which way you're facing. And that will push your defense up. And you'll notice that my whole defense is in front of their players. So that makes it a little bit easier. So the ball comes in here. I just apply a little bit of super cancel. Nothing too major here. That allows me to win the ball really, really easy. That's quite a cool trick if you're struggling with the goal kicks and the super cancel usage. Do you usually use close control in compact spaces? Not really. Not really, because usually the AI will find it really easy to tackle you. I still do use it in some aspects. Like, let me give you an example. So I can do it here. Let's get away from this defender first. I can shake him off. Here we go. So I use it here. Okay, he's running away from me for some reason. And then apply sprint with it as well. The most effective skill. Oh. So I wouldn't say I use it in tight spaces. I would just say I use it to draw in defenders to knock the ball past them. So I'll try it again down here with Pogba this time. like that, for example. But otherwise, just if you want it, you can just use the strength of your player. Just use the left stick and turn. I'll give you an example in midfield here. I mean, my player's a little bit tired. Certainly Pogba is anyway. Let me just sub off Pogba and Fred. Oh gosh. Herrera and Rojo. Left stick mainly, Moran. So watch. It's harder if you've got multiple players on you. And it does depend on whether your player's got the ability to actually move with the ball, and like that player back there. I think that might have been Rojo. Oh. Okay, this game's ended unfortunately, but I'll Klopp will be sacked after this match. Right, okay, let's any particular team you'd like to see? Or are you happy with the rematch? Oh, at least De Gea's not off form this time, which is a plus. If there's any particular team you guys want to see me play or use? Is everyone happy with the tactics? I have explained all this before. But like players to join attack from from corners and stuff. So I don't tend to select anyone here because it just clogs up the penalty area and seems to make it easier for them to defend. Preset tactics. Barcelona, Juventus. Okay. Well, you got in there slightly with Barcelona ahead. So let's go with Barcelona. That's right, Brendan, no worries. Okay, we got 2 votes for Barcelona. If there's anything particularly you guys want to see, let me know in the comments, and I'll do my best to show you. Who against? What team shall I play against? Real Madrid, Juventus. I'll let you guys decide. First one to come up with a team name. Otherwise, I'm going to go Real Madrid. How will you handle park the bus defense? Okay. Do you got any ideas? Like Atletico? They park the bus. I think most teams. Okay, you said Bayern. Can absolutely do that. There we go. Bayern Munich. Taking fullbacks. Full swing out. Oh, actually, let's go full fullbacks. And gegenpress. With gegenpress, if you are going to play it, you got to make sure you're you got to make sure you score early, or you've got some really good backup subs. In fact, I'm just going to put a counter target on Messi. The reason for this is because Messi hasn't got the most stamina. 76 for stamina, and obviously he's one of the best players, so you want to keep him fit. So play counter target on him, leaves him upfield, which means you lose the defensive aspect, but he should last the whole game. Oh, did I miss Baz's comment? Why can't I see Baz's comment? Tell the guy to at least put a link in to Spoony's channel in the description of his video. Yeah, sure, Brendan. Yeah, you've been a long time supporter, so yeah, just upload it to YouTube and I can have a look, and I'll you know, leave a link in the description, or just drop me a comment with a link and I'll have a look at it, and I can perhaps point out some things that you could do or you could do better.
It's a shame it's only a friendly, but then again, that may help us see a more expressive attacking contest. And I'd be prepared to settle for a clash of lesser intensity in favour of lots of flair, skill, and plenty of tricks, and a few goals.
Tiki-taka. Tiki-taka is kind of broken this year. This doesn't work all that well. Because in this game it favors, well, this year it favors space between the players. The reason for that is because the amount of time it takes to control the ball. With Neuer, he always rushes out. Neuer is terrible for that. He just loves rushing out a goal. So yeah, when you know certain things with certain players, like Neuer is always going to rush out. I could chip him, but that's difficult. I could run around him. That's not so difficult. Or if you've got a player there to pass to, you can absolutely do that as well. So let me just show you what I'm doing here. So I've got Rakitic trying to cover that midfielder there. I've actually missed it there. I should have intercepted that. But here, if you watch Sergio Roberto, I'm not actually running to the ball. Again, it's all about making sure he doesn't cross it first. So if I position him there, he takes a cross, I've got a good chance of blocking it. As soon as he takes a touch, I move in for the tackle. This is what I call first touch tackling. So wait for him to make a move first. As soon as he takes that touch, I'm jumping on him. I just hold X. Just hold X. Make him stumble. Then just turn and play the ball. First touch tackling is really, really useful in PES. Ah, it's pants.
Barcelona have hit the front early, a foothold in the game. Always when you score early, it gives you such a lift and it casts doubt in the minds of your opponents at the same time. And that pretty much sums up the difference in what we've seen. One team is sure.
This is pretty cool as well for defending. So where he plays it, if you can see Jordi Alba there, I'm already presuming he's going to play it down the line. I made a right hash of that. But what I do here is I deliberately run into the back of him. Why? Because he's shielding the ball. That allows me to use a secondary press just by holding the secondary press button to bring PK in to make the tackle. So he can't pass the ball backwards. He can't pass the ball sideways because he's got to try and take me on. And I know PK should win that battle every time. And then I'm on the attack. Beautiful pass from Coutinho. Ah. Hummels is an absolute beast.
Neuer sends that a long way. Going through. Ter Stegen.
Again, first touch tackling, like I showed you a second ago. See what I said about Neuer? He loves coming off his line. He absolutely loves it. Oh, that's a really poor ball. Don't know why I played that. This is another good scenario. So another use of super cancel because so they get the ball here, they play a through ball, fair enough. And I see number 23. Okay, that's all very well, him coming across here. Now if I don't use super cancel, there's a player there. I think it's there, number 6, Thiago. See Thiago bursting. So Robin's got the ball and you got Thiago running through here. Now, if I came across with him TT, Thiago would be free. So that's why I'm just covering the space with him TT and applying secondary press to make sure Alba comes across and wins the tackle. Always make sure you track the runners. Even if you have to give them quite a bit of room. Oh my gosh. Why didn't PK clear that? I don't know.
No, that was a slick move, and there were several options in the box to pick out. It's Dembele. Kimmich battles to win it back. Busquets floats one over. He's got options out wide. Stitch defending, but that'll do. Muller. Brushed off the ball there. Alaba. Roberto. Looks to thread it through. And the ball's come out. Glitcher averted for now. Kimmich demonstrating fabulous determination. He just will not.
Okay, now this is a good position. I got 3 against 1 here.
Lewandowski. That would have been some goal.
Now, what a lot of players do would charge their centre back across to Lewandowski. Now, I've got a good goalie, so it would take something special to beat him from this angle. You got to know your angles. The best part here is if you watch him TT, what I do here, I move towards the player with the ball at this stage here. Why do I do that? It's because that plays Muller at the bottom there. He's offside, so Lewandowski can no longer pass the ball. I'm covering at this stage I'm covering 2 players now. There's no way he can get that ball across. So the only option is for him to shoot. So I'm applying secondary press here, bringing the other players across and dealing with it. So I'm trying to play offside at the same time that I'm trying to, you know, stop all 3 players breaking into my goal. I don't want them too close to my goalkeeper. Otherwise, he can just do a drilled low cross, and I think we know the outcome of that. Messi, let's have a go. Ah.
Rodriguez makes a clever pass. He's gone away. That intervention was very necessary. Coutinho goes looking.
There, 1-2 here. Oh my god, that's a heavy touch from Suarez, but I'm looking at Suarez, but he's not on, so I'm going to hold it up. Bring it back to Coutinho. Play it back to Rakitic. Back to Alba, waiting for Alba to run over. Now you can do these little trick passes. It does depend on the player ID. Usually someone's quite skillful like Dembele or Messi. All you need to do is hold your special controls and then just press the plus button. So you can see there I'm sort of dragging the ball. And he does that like nice little flick behind. It's just a nicety to know if you want to pull off a trick pass. And you can use that for through balls as well. Have you used effective skill and R3 just out of is it efficient if I control my goalie when on a one-on-one? Against the AI, Maran, definitely not, because the AI is like laser precision. They will know which way you're going. If it's a cross and you know they're going to hit it first time, you have a chance. You have a chance to save it if you select your goalkeeper. If it's a one-on-one, typical one-on-one, don't touch the goalkeeper. Honestly, don't drag him out. I'll tell you what, I'll give them a one-on-one, and I'll show you what I do. I'll let them have a one-on-one. Not a clear one-on-one. I still need to be chasing them to put pressure on them, because I'm going to show you what I mean. They're not going to do it, are they? No. I just gave him a goal by just putting everyone out. Maybe I have to have it a bit more naturally than that. So let's just.
Our strikers love a dive and header, and we time that to perfection. Munich had the equaliser, and we're all square. Look, Peter, I was on the fence before the ball was kicked, and I still haven't moved. Roberto. Tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd. Well,
go on, Robin. Go on, Robin.
That first line of stopping the opposition. I think he's the big chance. He's had a goal.
Right, that's what I do. Watch this. Okay, so ideally you want someone to be a little bit closer than this defensively, and that you see where Busquets is there. That's close enough, I would say. Ideally, you want to be a little bit closer, and the idea of that is to force him to run. If you can force the AI to run, as soon as he gets to the tip of the D, start holding your through ball down to bring the goalkeeper out. And before he can shoot properly, because he's running at full speed, if he can slow down, he'll probably end up chipping you or just walking around you or doing what he wants. But if you can force the AI to keep running at the edge of the D, you can then bring the goalkeeper out, and you're going to have a lot better chance of stopping that one-on-one. certainly I wouldn't go and goal yourself because, like I said, they're like laser precision, and they will they'll make the right tackle.
It's been taken short. It's one in. Oh, where he sorted that out. The belly.
You see Messi there? He's still really far up the pitch.
Nothing but a skill there. Oh, who's going to get that? Dankowski, good energy in defence as well. You have to admire commitment like that because he could easily ignore that and just kind of walk around and let others do all the chases. But instead, he looks as if he relishes the chance to dig in for his team.
Oh, nice. Lewandowski.
Really well taken goal. And the comeback is complete. Just so calm under pressure.
Just held off TT there. Not like I could do. Couldn't get back in. I was sort of hoping I can hold him off now whilst the goalkeeper comes out to collect, but no, he was just far too strong.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Okay, let's try and get back in this.
Playing through. Luis Suarez. Now it's Philippe Coutinho.
Oh, took ages to shoot.
Exactly the approach they have.
Ah, and it's a goal kick. Wow.
Subtlety or sophistication about this. It really is a question of needs must. Well, there's no two ways about it. This is what they have to do. Coached through there. Messi, he's left his man. And Messi!
Against Neuer or against the top goalkeeper, you need about 90% power on these type of shots, especially from this angle because it's difficult, even with Messi. If you look at Messi's stamina bar, that's why it's one of the reasons to play counter target. I always feel like certainly Messi himself doesn't play as well when he's a counter target, and the reason for that is because I want him further back supporting the play. He's almost too far up. I know some people like put counter target on their attacking midfielders. I'm like, why would you do that? That just empties your midfield. But you know, to each his own, I guess.
Those substitutions will be coming up pretty soon. Thiago. Let's make sure that won't get through. Jordi Alba tries to get it forward quickly.
So pass,
Rakitic.
through ball,
Now it's Messi.
most effective skill, finesse. Ah.
Previous miss. Barcelona really are in the ascendancy here, and they know they have to register while that's the case. That ball's put on the play, and a change is up.
There you go. I'm going to show you that. There we go. One more time. That's probably a better example, to be fair, because I left it late. So you can see everyone. My whole defensive line is behind their striker. Now I'm just playing the offside trap, so I'm just double tapping right on the D-pad just to push them up, and you can see that. That makes it much easier to win the header back. For those that struggle with Super Council, use the offside trap. So just double tap right on the D-pad to play the offside trap. What am I doing with Messi?
There's a real belief that they can still have a say. And it's going long. He just works it away.
Good bit of use of Super Council here. I'll just quickly show you. So I play the ball to Messi here. Now watch Messi. He's almost going to run. I'm running quite wide with him. Can you see that? He's running towards the touchline with super cancel, and then I'm changing his direction to bring the ball inwards. And then I was looking to cut inside, but that defender was having none of it. Alaba's a good defender. Outside of the foot, Coutinho. So yeah, just a normal finesse finish. Just a fake shot here, and then finesse finish. I'm surprised Neuer didn't save that, to be honest. Looked fake shot, and then finesse finish. Because he's got outside curl on the on his player skills, that's why he did that. And like I said, with gegenpress, kills your team. But you can see Messi's okay, so I'm going to bring Messi into the middle here. I'm going to bring Malcolm on one wing. And I'm going to put Dennis Suarez in here and Vidal. Add a bit of steel. Try and match Bayern's strength.
Helps available out wide. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Munich showing a good level of intensity at this stage. They're calling on all their...
Oh. Nicely turned.
Messi, out wide in his face. Messi.
Ah, Alaba's having none of that.
Look, this can still go either way. It might be flowing one way, but there's still time for Soler. Well positioned to make that interception. Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could get yielded. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area.
If you do get fouled, take the shot. Because even if it's blocked or saved, you'll get the free kick. And if it goes in the back of the net, you know, you'll get a goal anyway. So it's a bit of a win-win situation. That probably favoured the right third player, to be honest. Okay, again. Using... Oh, just over by Messi.
So nearly the total turnaround. They simply ran out of time. It has ended all square. No winner here, but
Yes, it is easier to score long-range goals, definitely. Absolutely, 100%. Okay, ladies and gents, it's now 12 o'clock my time, so I'm going to call it a day there. Hope you find this useful. I will be back Friday at 8 o'clock in the evening, doing exactly the same thing again. So yeah, if you want to join me for more live training, if you've got any questions or about anything, can be from tactics to skills to passing to super cancel to attack to defense, anything at all, make a note of it and bring it to the next live training session, and I'll be sure to try and explain it as best as I can. Thank you once and all for joining us. Thank you very much for the donation, Andres Guerrero. Really appreciate it, dude. And thank you all for joining. I'll catch you guys later. Bye bye.